California Senator Alex Padilla put in cuffs after interrupting DHS Secretary Kristi Noem's press conference on the Los Angeles riots.
Exaggerating and embellishing. Sir, hands up. I'm Senator Alex Padilla. I have questions for the Secretary because the fact of the matter is a half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your.
I also want to know
Hands off.
how many of our ICE agents have been docked or
Fox News contributor Joe Concha joins us now. Joe, good morning to you. A lot of reaction coming in over that scene. And House Speaker Mike Johnson is blaming the senator for what you just saw on your screen, saying that because he interrupted the press conference, at a minimum, he should be censured. But Axios has a piece titled "Padilla Episode Triggers 5-Alarm Fire for Democrats." Here's a little bit about what they are referring to in that headline. Watch this.
Okay. I just saw something that sickened my stomach. The manhandling of a United States senator. We need immediate answers to what the hell went on.
If you could make Alex Padilla forcibly kneel before this executive, when does it stop?
Let's have an independent investigation. Senator Padilla was trying to do his job.
So what is your reaction to this episode, Joe, and those comments from Democratic leaders?
This is, Carly, basically a complete and total perfect microcosm of what we have seen from the Democratic Party over the last 4 months since Donald Trump took office. Performance art. That is performance art. You cannot storm in like a maniac, like the senator did, into a press conference that the DHS secretary was holding, Kristi Noem, and expect to be above the law. He wanted this. This is exactly what Democrats want. They want the narrative that, oh, wow, look, now Donald Trump's administration is doing this to sitting senators. No, I'm sorry. We have heard that nobody is above the law, but Mr. Padilla thought he was. And Ted Cruz, let's put it this way. If he did this during the Biden administration, if we're going to just pick any Republican senator, did this to Alejandro Mayorkas, the media would be cheering it on if he was removed. It's so much false outrage, and it's a whole bowl of wrong. And I'm sorry, Democrats want to create this narrative like they're resisting, they're fighting back, when in fact, what was he objecting to there exactly? That gangbangers and murderers, rapists, child molesters are being removed from the country from ICE, and they should be because they're here illegally. Democrats are not doing a good job here, and I'm sorry, this is going to backfire like so many performance artists have, like Cory Booker, like so many have in the past. This is not the way to go about objecting to something if you are against something.
And there's so many receipts online from Democrat lawmakers basically articulating the left's position that when you are a senator, apparently you are above the law and that you do have a special right to disrupt a proceeding. I think Republican staffers throughout the country need to mark those, copy them, save them, and utilize them right against the Democrats when they pull them out in a situation going forward. But I want to focus on a little bit more of the specifics of this case, because the FBI says Padilla was not wearing a security pin and that he physically resisted law enforcement when confronted. That's not coming from me. That's coming from the FBI. What else, Joe, was law enforcement supposed to do, especially for someone like Alex Padilla that isn't necessarily a household name and isn't necessarily as recognizable as, say, Spartacus that we just saw in that tape, Cory Booker, or Elizabeth Warren or Chuck Schumer?
Great point, Todd. I mean, 99.9% of Americans would not know who this person is who just tried to disrupt a press conference from the DHS secretary. So, yeah, what are they supposed to do in that situation? I'm sorry. This is something that Democrats, again, they want this played over and over again on MSNBC and CNN to try to create this dictator narrative with Donald Trump in terms of the way he's running things. But we cannot have this sort of thing happen, especially when you saw what happened with Steve Scalise, for example, and so many other Republicans at that baseball practice in Virginia years ago where several were shot. We saw Donald Trump, 2 assassination attempts against him that likely would have been successful if not for various incredible circumstances preventing that from happening. We can't have people jumping into these situations and not have a reaction. So, yeah, I'm with you here, Todd. What were they supposed to do here, considering he didn't have a badge on him and we don't know who this person is?
Yeah. Well, Kristi Noem got into a conference room after all this happened, sat down with Senator Padilla. They exchanged phone numbers and said that they would be in direct communication with one another. So things are good between the two of them as people on the outskirts continue to react to it. Joe, thank you so much for joining us.
Have a good weekend, guys. Take care.
You as well.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.